Fearless Tips and Talks, you will find wisdom and strength to overcome fear and anxiety in a world that feeds it.
Have you ever wished you had someone to coach you through stress and anxiety? Someone you could just pull out of your back pocket to give you a quick dose of wisdom and encouragement. Now you can. Welcome to this episode of Fearless Tips. I'm your host, Christy. Oh man, I like a good list, and I love a good list that helps me understand myself a little better. So in Fearless Tip 5 and 6, I broke down biblical success versus worldly success. So if you haven't had a chance to catch those last two tips, really go back and listen to it. And maybe if you just need a refresher, go back and listen to tip 5 and 6. But today, I want to try to get you thinking based on things I have done in the past that proved to me that I was chasing after worldly success. And again, the goal is that we're running after biblical success, not what the world defines as success. So I want you to just take a moment and listen to these statements I'm about ready to read to you and just kind of put them up against, your current life right now and find out, are you doing any of these things? So here we go. I rarely say no when people ask me to commit to something. I like praise, and I look for opportunities to win approval from people. I often compare myself to others on social media. I believe I'm strong and I can handle anything on my own. I don't like to ask for help. I rarely take vacations or schedule time for rest. I don't feel like it's necessary to consult God unless I'm in a crisis. I look for opportunities to excel and prove my worth. I take pride in knowing I will never let you down, even if it costs my health. I hold the firm belief that if it's up to me, it will be. I never like to rely on someone else to get a job done properly. Friends, if you answered yes to even one of those statements, you have room to improve and redefine success in your life. So here is your fearless tip for today. We shortchange ourselves when we rely solely on ourselves. There has to be a better way. And that better way is surrender and reliance on God, who is all-knowing and all-powerful. So let's look at this list today. Let's really look at it. What are the things that we're doing that are proving to us that we're chasing after worldly success instead of obedience to God, which is really the best success you could ever achieve? Let me pray for you. Father, I believe that there are so many that are going to listen to this and they're going to go, man, I almost do all of those things on the list. And I pray that they would feel peace and comfort knowing me too, that I'm a work in progress and I too have struggled with every single one of these things on the list. So instead of the list making us feel bad, I pray that this list would catapult us into better behavior and to following you more closely, God, to laying down our ideas of worldly success and running after you, God, which is obedience to you, God. And then that's what you really view as success. That favor and wealth and achievement and titles and all of these things, they're nice, but they pale in comparison to having a real, authentic, amazing relationship with you and to be obedient with you. So Father, help this list, help my brothers and sisters change for the better and be surrendered to you. In Jesus' mighty name, amen. If you found this to be helpful, you can find out so much more in my book, Nervous Breakthrough. And guess what? Right now, you can order it on Amazon. All you need to do to get the information is go to fearlessunite.com. Also, can you do something for me? Will you help us get the word out about this podcast? I would be so honored if you would share it with your loved ones, rate it, review it, and also be sure to subscribe. And lastly, and I really mean this, we want to hear from you. If you have suggestions or ideas on something that I should cover or a tip that you'd really like help on, please send us an email, podcast@fearlessunite.com. Again, that's podcast@fearlessunite.com. Thank you so much for listening.